best that you go, cause now I'm missing you. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I hope I see you
Yo,
on
yo,
the other side.
yo.
Yes,
Yes, sir. I hope
we
you can
are
hear me
on. We're most definitely on.
too.
Yo, Reject, if that is your real name.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for coming through, man. It's definitely a privilege to have you on. I think it turned off. Let me make sure that we are public on Facebook. That way, people are watching and tuning in. We are, of course, live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. Most definitely live on YouTube. We gotta do that. So, Reject,
Yes, sir.
how'd you get your name, bro? How'd you get the name Reject? Me, I'm just, a reject by heart.
Well, dude, it throughout years and years of just going through so many things, by the end of it, you're either going to be rejected or accepted. Straight up. You know what I mean? You can have a job, you get rejected from that. You have a relationship, you get rejected from that. You have a certain life you're trying to go for, you get rejected from that too. But the name has just stuck with me for years. Actually, I've been having it since I was in maybe 10th grade. I'm like, I've been out of school since 2013. I'm just ready for new shit now, dude. I just been on a roll with these guys, dude. SA Productions, man.
SA Productions, most definitely in the house. Santana, make this beat.
Yes, sir. Thank
Shout
you,
out
sir.
to you, man. I keep on hearing your name, Santana. Shout out Santana. I want to work with Santana. Everybody in the city wants to work with you, bro.
Okay,
So that's something that's dope. Yesterday we had mixed by Rico. He most definitely showed you some love. He's a producer, engineer as well. So he wanted to just give you your flowers because you deserve them. So Reject, what happens when you get accepted? Are you gonna change your name to Accepted, or you're gonna keep it Reject? It's Reject forever, huh?
Reject is gonna be for every single person who can be behind this mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This face. Everybody has a skeleton. Everybody has a skull right under their skin. It doesn't matter what happens. Mostly, it doesn't matter what happens from the outside. It doesn't matter what happens on the inside because you can have a big heart, and you could be pushed over the edge so many times, and then you could release some crazy shit. But it's just what I've accepted for myself. I just remain rejected.
Okay. So we're talking about the schools. Of course, we are live in the BoneZone. Big Sam Heard. I'm a huge Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. I pay homage here on this podcast to Bone Thugs and Harmony. They used to have like their whole little cryptic type thing when they came out with their first few albums and stuff like that. And people were like, "Oh, these are devil worshippers." And they're like, "No, it was just the record label wanting to make them sing this and that." And they believe in God. They have their own beliefs and whatnot. I think Crazy Bone is a Jehovah Witness now. But when it comes to what we love, music, what are some artists that influence you with your sound? Even they can be local artists, they can be national on a national level. Just people that really, really influence you.
The one of the biggest influences for sure was Take Nine. Whenever I heard one of his songs, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And
how does it go? Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
Yeah, shout out to Tech Nine. Shout out to Tech Nine, guys.
Straight up, man.
Much love.
Give him some shout out with The Rock too for getting on that flow.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson. We definitely smell what you're cooking. We gotta get you here live in the BoneZone, The Rock. We can talk we can talk XFL, whatever. We can talk about him coming back at WrestleMania to dethrone Roman Reigns because he's the real head of the table.
Hey man, family against family, it happens. But when you're talking about music has just been one of the biggest things in my life, especially ever since my son has been born. I mean, it's just been
how old is he now? You don't mind asking?
Like, he is 3 years old now. He's gonna be 4 in March. So I'm just ready for some more adventures with him.
That's what's up. Shout out to our kiddos, man. Much love to our kids. This is gonna be online forever, so they can always go back and watch this. So the whole mask. What enticed you to even want to wear a mask? You got nice, pretty hair. I'm sure you got a nice, handsome face behind there. But the mask, that's one thing. When when I got in touch with Santana, and then I found out that you were a part of Santana Productions, San Antonio Productions. Hey, but Santana Productions sounds good too. But San Antonio Productions, you know what pretty much drawed you to Santana and his sound and everybody that is with San Antonio Productions.
Well, since you talked about the mask has I've always felt like I had a second face. You know what I mean? I've always needed to just cover the one that I just shamefully done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I've had several masks, several types of different skins just to throw out the type of emotion and type of person I was at the time.
Yeah.
But also, whenever I met up with Santana, this was already almost a year and a half, 2 years ago already. And it's been a minute, and we just been on the road, man, just doing our thing. Whenever I got with him and we started doing some music, I felt welcome because he just helped me out nonstop. And when it comes to the sound is it's obviously different. It's obviously different from everybody else that I know around here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And he was actually one of the first studios that I went to. So whenever we got in contact, we just started doing our thing and started doing our own flow. And then I guess I impressed him when it came to Fuck 2020. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
And Fuck 2020 was a good song too, dude. Damn,
Yeah.
I just been having a great time with these guys, straight up.
That's one of the main parts, right?
Yeah,
It's having fun.
I can never get away from these guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's up, man. Yeah, because I know some artists, of course, they're like, oh, I gotta go and make another fucking track for this guy. He made me a beat. That's all he fucking does all day is make beats. And he's like, hey, bro, this was fire. And then 20 minutes later, hey, bro, this was fire. But when you actually listen to a bunch of the music, it actually is fire. So that's really, really dope. I'm not gonna say I know every single song from you guys, but I have been, following and trying to follow up. And definitely when it comes to shows, I want to make sure that I'm there. That way I can continue to support you guys because that's one of the biggest things, promotion. And that's really what we're doing here, promoting. We're promoting San Antonio Productions. We're promoting Reject, artists in the city of San Antonio. How long you been rapping with these guys?
Been rapping for, like I said, about almost a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay.
I've really only just started really rapping just within that time. I've been doing music for almost 15 years because I've been doing it since I was a kid. I've also had choir during high school, being one of the top singers in high school, and then just trying to bring that frontman of the band, of a metal band, whatever type of band, to the rap game and see where it goes. Okay. And it took me somewhere.
That's what's up.
It took us to Houston. Yeah. Go perform at H-Town, the H-Town Bash. Shout out to Houston, dude.
So I don't know. I didn't get that mask on. I was looking in the back, and there's not like a zipper or no. It's not like a Rey Mysterio. You tie it on luchador mask. No, man, it looks like you literally had to.
It's just a slip on, man. It's just it's straight Michael Myers, man.
That's what's up. But what did you think about that new? Have you seen it yet?
I actually got a glimpse of it. Probably maybe about 5-10 minutes, and it was going great. I like the way they were.
So you probably watched the best parts of it.
Just right now, yeah. But I'm gonna get home and finish.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Oh yeah.
All right. So yes. So shout out to Peacock. Let's get an unofficial sponsor, Peacock. Right. Unofficial sponsor for this live, Peacock. Peacock. Stream your favorite movies, TV shows now on Peacock. Yes. So right now I got we're trying to book for next week. We got a few artists that are going to be coming through, showing us love. We got Danny Boy. He's going to be coming through. We got Lady Thug. Also, Lil Texas. He's going to be coming through. AJ Stacks, he's coming through. He's over from the east side. His management team, they've really been moving and getting themselves heard. And that's one thing that we're going to be doing right now.
Shout out to Lee Management.
Lee Management. He's the one that's putting that together. And right now, we just got, of course, a text message from Mad Explorers. Yes, Mad Explorers.
Is that man?
So we're going to do a 210 live with that gentleman. I believe a Sunday, we'll do a Sunday 210 live with that gentleman. So I'm really trying to get not only the people in front of the camera, but the people in back of the camera, in all scenes, because it's important when we're talking about music. You know what I'm saying? So here in the Bone Zone, I talk about life, death, everything else in between. Let's do a little bit of the life and death. Let's get this out of the way. That way we can talk more about the in between, which is a little more music. I wanted to talk Bone Thugs. You're wrestling, Mark, just like me. So we'll talk wrestling. Usually I talk wrestling on Mondays because that's my mark out Mondays. But hell, Sunday, Monday, it's close enough. Right? Let's talk a little bit about life growing up as a young adolescent. Going to school, your relationship with your parents, any siblings. If you ever seen any type of bullying going on in school, if you were ever bullied or any of that type of stuff, just so people can, get like, man, there is a guy in a mask sitting in that chair, but there's also a human being behind that mask, and we're all people, you know what I'm saying? So maybe somebody will really feel what you're saying when they can't really see your face, and they're like, man, this guy right here, he really hit me. Besides, what you do with your music. Sometimes these interviews, hell, man, something we say, and then they're like, oh, man, I love this guy. He has 9 cats. I'm a huge cat fan. Like, you have no fucking idea what people say, bro.
Yeah, dude. Well, I've always been close to my parents because those are the ones that are always going to be there for you, obviously. My family is crazy, like everybody else's family.
My family is perfectly fine. No, they're not.
No, I don't think anybody's family will ever be okay, but we'll be just fine in the end because we're a family. My son is actually another big inspiration because that's when I really started working on rap. When I started working on writing and trying to be as lyrical as I can so people can know what I'm saying. I guess when it comes down to being a person, a father, a worker, you know what I mean? I'm going to keep doing as much as I can. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'll never quit. I'll never quit on whatever I have to because I can't. I'm the only one who's going to be doing it. It's my job, you know what I mean? I'm the one who's going to have to be pushing myself to the limit. And you should never stop. You should never quit doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because we all got a dream. We all got one. We go to sleep when we have them. But what happens when you're awake? You know what I mean? Who's gonna help you then when you're awake? Right. For some reason, it helps you just fine when you're asleep. But I try to put that in reality, man. I try to be more than what my parents ever used to be. Because they can't say what I say now. Because I can tell my son that, hey, I went to Houston, I performed with these guys. Hey, I'm on stage with these guys every night. Hey, I'm over here at the studio making something for you. That's the only thing that I try. I try to do my best every day.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. So, of course, when you're at home, you don't wear the mask, right?
Obviously, yeah.
Right. But J-Bad and Zilo said you wear it everywhere.
Shout out
other than that
to Zilo.
So we go HEB, you're in the mask.
Oh well.
When you're looking for some baby mama with long star card.
There's a limit. There's a limit because I can't go up to the cashier and be like, hey, I'm gonna buy some stuff.
Let's give me your money.
Give me your money. You want? Here's all my money, so you can take it all. No, I got money.
You're like, hello there, ma'am. How are you doing today? Can I also give me a pack of Marlboros?
We gotta see your face there. We need it for the camera. Why you don't take it off? It's a scientific proof. No,
Yeah, you're like, it's a known fact that you don't take it off.
Yeah,
You shower in that.
I know. Don't do it. No.
We gotta make it seem. We gotta keep it kayfabe, bro. We gotta keep it the kayfabe.
I try to keep it at least as loose as I can, but I can't shower with this shit, man.
Yeah, but if you tell people you do, they're gonna fucking believe it. You're like, that's why my hair stays so luxurious.
It's great.
And the mask stays nice. Great. Yeah, it looks good, bro. It's nice, man. So when I see, the mask and the way you dress, like with a vest, I kind of get that rocker type, screamo, like die, 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 die. But I see you with these guys, and I'm like, all right, I gotta check this out. So that's one thing that really, really drawn me to all of San Antonio productions. We still gotta see what's up with King Dutch, and if you got any other artists, we gotta talk to them too, because it's important, bro. And it's fun, it's fun just stopping by, chilling, talking about whatever the case may be. Let's take a little music break and listen to, this is the first one that's playing. This is War Crane.
War Crane, yeah.
War Crane. Is that how that goes?
Yes, sir.
Of course, this is produced by a gentleman by the name of Santana. Made this beat. Shout out to Santana, made this beat. Shout out to San Antonio. I don't know the rest of this music, but I do very much support it. Am I okay to play this music?
Bitches and massive massacres, savages bombing classes like they fucking amateurs. Got me linked to the phone cause the devil was always answering. Russians and Ukrainians watching them while they battle this. World War III, if you don't know what is happening. Bodies on the streets like if Putin wasn't having it. The devil was waiting for his only time for happiness. I know I am the region, doesn't mean I am an athlete. I got a lot to pray. It doesn't really matter what I say. But why you gotta take them away? Just trying to live in one day. I see God in my dreams and nights and angels and pigs. As the devil surrounds him, he took the sky from the six. As the ghost that got the evil's laying places his wrist. Putin talking shit and shot a couple of hits. The people in Ukraine wasn't ready for this. And I know it wasn't easy, and I know it's a bitch. Listen to the lies and the media tricks. Put you in the hole and never let you exist. I got a lot to pray. It doesn't really matter what I say. But why you gotta take them away? Just trying to live in one day. Ukraine is going in vain. There ain't no time to play games. Gotta fight the war for a change. So they attack right back with no blame. Wanna live in the world with no crime. If only I could rewind those tears.
He just
Let's
kept
say
going.
that all over again.
Yeah, man. I just 10 years ago I got hit by a truck, dude. When I was on my bike. He just hit me and kept going, and that was the day I couldn't. I don't remember. They never found him. They won't ever find him.
Yeah,
it happened, dude. But from then till now, dude, it's different. You know what I mean? I can't like I said, I can't say what I can say that I've done now back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back then I was in school, but I wasn't in school. You know what I mean? I was everywhere else. I was doing what I wanted to do. I just wanted to stay in choir and music class. I was over there at Edgewood Academy whenever they did Kennedy and Memorial Mix Up. And it was fun, dude. We just in practice rooms jamming out with real heavy dudes, real heavy metal dudes, and performing on stage, performing live in their big theaters that they also have too. And you know, I just felt comfortable doing this too. It's fun, man. That's why I'm just this is just an addition. Everything else is fun. Dude.
10 years ago.
Yeah, man.
And 10 years from now, where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
10 years from now, I'm just hoping that I get everything my son needs. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's all that really matters, right? Next generation.
Yeah, because at first I thought it was for me. It's not. It's gonna be for him. And like I said, I'm the only one who can do it.
That's what's up, man. I like that. I like fathers that are in their children's lives. I know sometimes, relationships, they either work, they don't work. Child support. You only see them on Wednesdays, motherfucker. That's it. Only on Wednesdays. Like, bitch, like there's literally 7 days out of the week, and I only get to see them one day. Like, nah, at least give me 2. 3 will be fair because you can have a 4 and you get more out of the week. Like,
make it work. Come on. I mean, but like, what's the problem when the person wants to be in his life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Isn't that much better than the ones he doesn't want to be at all?
Yeah. I know, but I just don't get it. Sometimes it's one of those things where we do got to pay attention to who we have children with. But we're just in the fucking mode. We're mainly like, we're all adults. We all know about the birds and the bees and shit. And if you're not an adult watching this shit on YouTube, you better get off of this. Go back to your damn Aqua Tales or whatever the hell bullshit you watch. All right, what are the kids watching now?
Cocomelon.
What is that?
Cocomelon. I don't know what the hell it is. They just watch it.
Cocomelon. I remember my stepkids when I had stepkids. They like Dora the Explorer and fucking. This is like 12 years ago. Like fucking. Yeah, like hey, but I'm not gonna lie. The live action Dora Explorer movie, that was actually kind of dope though. I'm not even gonna lie about that, bro. Yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. It just look.
It was actually.
I don't watch Dora at all. When I was a kid, I never watched it at all either. But in the end, I'm like, they just fucked it up. Come on.
You watched it?
No, I didn't. I'm just saying, they just fucked it up.
I know, but watch it. You'll be like,
it's a lot of movies. Come on, they fucked up a lot of movies nowadays.
No, watch it with your kids or something. Like you'll be surprised. It actually was like all right. Like, yeah, it actually was all right.
Watching with your kids, yes, is a one thing, but when you also watch it by yourself.
Oh yeah, I wasn't watching it by myself. Yeah, I was watching Dora X. You know by myself. Y'all watch TikTok? You have TikTok?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do.
There's this chick actually on TikTok where she dresses up like Dora the Explorer, but she calls herself Hora the Explorer.
Sounds about right.
And she really, really is like online.
I can imagine it.
Yeah, and it's fucking crazy that she's using a little fucking cartoon of,
oh my god,
put over her fucking vagina.
God damn it.
But the movie though is actually. How the fuck did I get my door?
You're the one who started talking about this shit. Somebody help him.
Reject help me.
Dude, you're talking to the mask.
I'm talking to the mask, right?
You're talking to the mask, man.
Man, so let's talk about masks.
Let's talk about masks.
All right, there's all type of masks. There's actually the movie The Mask, Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
let's talk about, a little bit Michael Myers. Out of all those characters, anybody that wears a mask, which one besides you would probably be your favorite? Like one that you really like fuck with, maybe even have tattoos of. Some people, they go to the point where they have tattoos of, movies.
I've watched movies. I've watched a lot of fucking movies. I still have VHSs. Don't get me started with that too. That's pretty much was the main thing. You know what I mean? For me watching movies to be able to talk about more things, have more things to write about. You know what I mean? That the movies like The Mask. The Mask is fucking great, and you got movies like the Marvel movies that just came out too. All of the storytelling, the bright lights and the adrenaline. The story, dude. The story itself is amazing. You know what I mean?
They're trying to
Like who the
intertwine
hell
everything.
would have thought of this shit? Especially when it comes from like they're switching it from comics to a movie.
Yeah.
They try not to copy as much as they can, but they try to give the fans what they want, and that's important too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you ever hear like on social media where people are like, oh, they're changing it like it's not like the comic. Like you get those big time marks that are like that. That's everywhere though.
That's everywhere,
like,
dude.
or like a new movie comes out and they're like, oh, I didn't like it.
Oh, I didn't like
It
this, I
wasn't
didn't
like the
that,
comic books, or they remake a movie, you know, and they're like, oh, they should have just left the original. Like I think they got to come up with some new original stuff. You know, besides music, do you want to get into anything like that? I feel like you do want to do any type, like some type of stuff like that. I don't know why I get that vibe. Like you want to get into maybe acting or something. Where like you do acting and
well, actually,
you get like
I was able to do something with Homeboy Chicano Power. Shout out to Chicano Power and Static TV. We were able to do some episodes with them, and I was actually able to be a part of 2 episodes. One where I get killed off, and one where I was able to kill. And it was actually really fun,
which
dude.
did you enjoy better?
Getting killed because I actually got to pratfall. I know how to do it because I used to do backyard wrestling when I was younger too.
Hell yeah! Shout out to backyard wrestling.
Yeah, dude.
I love backyard wrestling.
CCW, let's go, dude. Oh, that's what we had, man. CPW was our thing that we made, me and my brother. Comic Pro Wrestling, and that was just the fun shit, dude. But you know what I mean? Like what I meant is that I took the experience from that and I used it in this episode with him. I got shot in the head, and then I was able to do a fall without maybe minimum damage. But it was fun, dude. You know, I do love acting. I do like the play. You know, to have fun and do some crazy ass voices and shit. That's me. Yeah. But you know, it's always been me. Like I said, it's always been me. I've been the comic book on the side. That's the ones that people like to read and chill with. You know what I mean?
That's what makes you different, and I like that. I can feel that vibe from you. That man, that there's more to what we see, and that's why you wear that mask, because you want for people to see that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So with the mask, favorite mask of all time?
The ones that I've had?
No, just in general, like out there. Like.
How about? I know many people didn't like it, but I do. Corey Taylor's new Slipknot mask. His new get up, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Maybe
they put on a badass show, yo.
Maybe I remember when I went to go see him in Mayhem, 2008, in Selma, Texas, dude, at the Verizon Wireless Theater. That was awesome, dude. Front row center and everything, dude.
Rest in peace to Verizon.
Rest in peace to Paul Gray and Joey George.
Yeah, all those guys. Man,
straight up.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. I know how to have fun, dude. I like to go jam out, go to parties.
Do you listen to a lot of rock music?
Yeah, dude. Always. Yeah. Born and raised a heavy metal, dude.
Would that be your favorite group, Slipknot, or?
Slipknot was the one that got me into new metal for sure.
Yeah.
And then what got me into classic rock was Kiss for my father. So.
Oh yeah. All right.
Man, obviously, you know, we start all the way
down. And then you look
there.
at Kiss, and they wear
makeup. They're over exaggerated.
They're over,
you know,
flamboyant at times.
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah.
Now they put on the biggest show in the world.
Yeah. So we're talking about wrestling.
Yeah, we were talking
for
about
a bit. Let's continue that. You know, in wrestling, they wear masks. Some wrestlers, luchadors, and then with the whole get up and the whole act, like people are like, "Oh, wrestling's fake." Fuck you. Wrestling is not fake. It's just scripted. You know, some people they say we're glorified stuntmen or whatnot. Like
they are
gymnastics. Like they are
doing their things. You can say that they're using tactics of stuntmen.
Yeah.
They are using certain moves, but they're also putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
They do this shit for real.
And people think like when one person body slams two people at the same time, they're actually, I'm like, the other two girls are helping her.
Yeah, bro.
Like it's all a thing where they help each other do some of those moves.
You have to be very careful on point.
Too. Yeah.
Careful, on point. Yeah. You can't fuck up, because if you fuck up, that's it.
Yeah. So like your life is literally like in somebody else's hands, man. And it's something that I think you always have to respect, whether or not it's fake or scripted, those guys really do, sometimes lose their lives. Not even getting to the ring sometimes.
Hey, shout out to Chris Benoit for sure.
Still Chris Benoit regardless.
Shout out Chris Benoit. Shout
Owen
out
Hart,
Eddie Guerrero, Owen Hart.
Eddie Guerrero, everybody that's
man.
lost their lives in wrestling. It's crazy because it seems like either it's like a old wrestler or maybe like a newer wrestler, or maybe somebody during the attitude era, attitude era. Excuse me, we are live.
Sir, what are you doing?
But yeah, man, it's something that I really, really dig. You have a favorite wrestler?
Well, it's always been the Undertaker, man. Ever since I saw
kind of
him,
thought it was either Undertaker or the Kane.
I mean,
but
now,
really more people like Undertaker. They're not gonna say they like Kane.
I mean, no, dude, Kane was the shit too.
Yeah,
man. Kane was a beast, dude.
But most people are gonna say, "Oh, I like Jeff Hardy." They're not gonna say, "Oh, Jeff, what's up, Jeff Hardy, man?" And the Hardy brothers, shout out to them. Well, Undertaker, your favorite wrestler? If you had to choose a tag team, what would be probably your favorite tag team? We're talking wrestling. Yes, leave us alone.
Yes, we are. Leave us alone. As a tag team, just all together, I would Cesaro and Sheamus, dude.
I dig that. The bar. We just don't raise the bar. We are the bar. Most definitely, just like here live in the BoneZone. San Antonio Productions, they are the bar for the city of San Antonio. And of course, we're on podcast. I'm going to say is the bar when it comes to local podcasters, because I'm supposed to say that because we have to, this is for entertainment purposes, but at the same time, this is also educational, for people that may not know a lick about wrestling, Bone Thugs and Harmony, artists here in the city of San Antonio, producers here in the city of San Antonio. And when I say I want to put the city together, I want to try to organize an event, where we have a bunch of different production labels, record labels come together with their producers and their artists. But the thing is, they don't work with their artists. They work with other people's artists. So we'll draw numbers or colors, and whatever number or color you get, you work with that producer or artist and see what kind of live, and they create the music live for an audience. And then they vote like who they think made the best, like just random, so I don't know how I would create that. We need your help. The good old World Wide Web. Let's make that happen. Talk to producers, talk to promoters, talk to people that own, businesses that can help put this together. Of course, the idea, it would be, I think, neat to bring out all people from, all producers for all sides of the city of San Antonio. And hell, if anybody from the outskirts of San Antonio wants to come in and throw their name in the hat, I would like to see, different artists, because some of the artists only work with certain producers, and there are some artists where they would say they're signed to a label and they were like exclusive only. But that way, those producers can be like, man, I got to work with this person, and he signed to this label. Like, it can open doors for collabs, for, two record labels to work together, 3, or hell, may even make a little whole complication. I'm having complications here. But fuck my life. But have you ever heard of the San Antonio Spurs? There's a gentleman. He goes by the name of Big Homie. Big Homie. He attends a bunch of Spurs games and he wears a mask, and he really did. He's really legit. Yeah, he's really legit. I was watching right now. He said, "Yo, I had to just shout out his name because when he got on podcast long time ago, even before we were actually having guests, he had on his Big Homie mask. You are my first artist with the mask. Let's say person. Arturo Arete. I gotta show him some love. Big Homie. Sometimes you see some of his murals around the city by like Spurs murals, and you see the guy with the Spurs mask. That's him. Yeah. So shout out to Big Homie. Much love. He wears a mask too, and it's one of those things, man. Just about the mask that I'm intrigued about, because like always, I'm claustrophobic. So every time you know, my dad has luchador masks. He collects memorabilia, so he has a few
Yeah, I know
old
that
masks, and I would wear them, put it on, and I couldn't stand like
too.
a
No,
minute
yeah, dude, trust
under
me.
that mask, 2 minutes, because I just feel like I can't fucking breathe, but I can, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. So I commend you guys on the mask. Appreciate those guys that do wear masks for, let's say, whatever we're doing. Like, you know, you have a whole purpose
Hell
to
yeah,
why
bro.
you wear that mask. And when other people see this episode, and let's say they may not know the story about that, and they're probably going to want to know more about it. So don't
Yeah,
be
man.
surprised when other podcasts
Oh,
hit you up and say, man, let's do an exclusive.
I'm
Like,
exclusive, man.
everything that I do is an exclusive because that's what we do, you know. So I want to thank you very much, Santana,
Yes, sir.
3J,
Shout
for
out to
coming
you,
on.
man.
We're not done. We're just gonna take a little water break.
Big
We're
Sam
gonna
Heard,
listen
man. Live.
to some music of yours.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
get down on that, and we're gonna do that. Take a little breather, I guess,
I guess
right?
so. That's
And
what
we'll
we
get back to more questions. Let's take like a 30 second, a little 30 second intermission. 30 seconds. Let's get something playing first. So, you go to a lot of events, wrestling events. You're gonna go to the wrestling event, the Royal
I
Rumble.
soon. No, I haven't been able to go to any events. The only one that I was able to go to actually was when I was 21.
Oh damn, that's
Dude,
not too bad.
when it comes to the events, of wrestling shows,
Sometimes they're
at least I'm able to
expensive,
watch it. Yeah,
man.
they are
They
expensive.
are expensive sometimes, yo.
Yeah, dude. So
Um,
I mean, it's easier to watch it now.
yeah,
So,
I know, right? Like, it's cool. But and I know AEW came not too long ago. I think they're probably gonna be coming again. You watch AEW?
I want to start it from the beginning because I never got to start it. I never got to start from where they started at, from like about 4 years ago now.
Okay, like you wanna
So
watch like
yeah, I want to be able to watch it from there to catch up.
but they say, oh, we don't have storylines. Bullshit, you fucking have storylines. You know,
It's some crazy shit.
but at the end of the day, wrestling's wrestling. I love all wrestling people, and to talk about wrestling on a podcast that's not a wrestling podcast, you know, I dig it. So appreciate you taking the time to talk about wrestling. Let's get into some of your music, yo.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
man.
48 Bars of Fear.
Oh yeah.
48 Bars of Fear. This is produced by a gentleman called the name of Santana made this beat, most definitely. So y'all show Santana made this beat some love, subscribe, inquire about beats because he most definitely is a genius with them.
Walk with the devil, I'm making a deal to be up on the level. I'm ready to start to be good in the ghetto. I'm rocking my soul as I hit and I hop in the metal. Metal is hot, cinematic on the spot. Trying to be making a movie on separate lots. Mutilated like a Terminator, and I'm terminating all the bots. But never gonna take me out. But I would never have a doubt. Yeah, killer monger in about. The Panther it is all about. One, label me marvelous, fully embodied. And I ain't a hero, but I got the audience. I got no powers and I am anonymous. I got no face in the face is a part of it. Set up for less, set up for more, and I'd rather have nothing. I'll be all alone, cause I'll never be poor. Life is a bitch, and I'm ready for more. I got a mission, I'm ready to score. SA Productions, we coming to war. Ready to go on a tour, burning it down to the floor. Fuck. Take a minute to eliminate the bullshit, make the good shit. See me rolling up as I'm hyping up with who right and wrong shit, depending on where I am hyping up with. No corruption, no cooperation, none of that. You best not mistake it. You best better not try not to fake it. So if you do, I'ma fucking break it. Fuck you, fuck them, motherfucker, you'll bring it. I'ma take you to the dead end. I'ma put one right in your head. I'ma blast you down and you're dead. So you don't block about what I said. I'll leave the lead inside of your head. Red rum, I'm drinking the red. Look at me, things like you seem dead. Falling away from me, I have an evil identity. Fall in reverse when you're stuck in the verse, and I'm living the curse, and I hope to be doing this shit so savage. Gonna be seeking the life that's ahead of me. I hope that you know what you said to me. Everything you said was energy, and it was wasted on every enemy. I cannot focus on every rhyme. I have to focus on every cry. I do not focus on every lie, but I was focused on the day that I died. I am about to be making the comments, letting I need any drama. Too many fighters that look like piranhas, feeling the heat like a sauna, turning the page if I wanna, telling people I was gone. Maybe I should've fallen away from the problems, falling away from just being a father, sacrificing even harder and harder. Shit.
So that's a little bit of 48 Bars of Fear. And we're going to get into Not Done Yet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
of course, we're not done yet here, live in a BoneZone with Big Sam Heard. Thank you very much, my good sir. cigarettes right there. If you need one, we got the door open because Mavis ran outside. Oh man. So Mavis, get your ass back inside, Mavis. You better little cat whore. All right, not done yet. We're gonna listen to a little bit of this. Appreciate you for stopping by.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you. It's a bunch of fun. The podcast, I pay homage to Both Things in Harmony.
Always.
They are my reason why I want to say I'm still here, because sometimes, we go through a bunch of dark days, let's say depression, sometimes may get suicidal, dealing with mental health issues. We overcome a bunch of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because we're strong people and we live to see another day. It's hard for everybody dealing with it. And for, let's say, people that are dealing with it and you're their family or your friends or anybody, you kind of deal with it too, because you see them going through, hard times, going through this, and either you intervene and you help them in a way, or you stand back because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going anywhere with this. I just like to talk a little bit about this. But if you want to chime in on something, we can. But I do like to talk about mental health because it's fucking everywhere. You deal with it, and it can either make us or break us. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, in good words of Heath Ledger, whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Yeah, only makes you stranger.
Hey, shout out to Heath Ledger.
Yeah, shout out to that gentleman. I hope I'm kind of strange a little bit.
Come on, Joker.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Shout out to that dude. Yeah.
Shout out to him, man, most definitely. I know. Rest in peace to that gentleman. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, reject. Damn it. You'd be like, that fucking podcast. Reject podcast. Then we're going back to the game. Not done yet. We're not done yet with this episode. We're not done yet at all. All right, let's let it play, man. Let's get it.
I ain't fucking. I told you that I ain't done and I got your back and I don't run. But you said what you said and I ain't got no time, son. And they know that I'm not one. Two fools and one gun. It don't seem to end well. Just don't think that I'm that dumb. Reject comes with a vicious flow. Can't complete with a 2-1-0. Break the seal, I'ma keep it real. I'ma turn it up with a two-tone flow. SAP got a label so Santana made a beat and I'ma hit it cold. Twisted T and a roll up show. Pulling up with a couple hoes. I'm not afraid. I'm just entitled to pray. I'm just a demon per se. See better hiding place. Got Mexican in my veins, but you still don't know what I say. You can never relate. Shit, I know I'll never escape. Told you that I ain't done and I got your back and I don't run. But you said what you said and I ain't got no time, son. And they know that I'm not one. Two fools and one gun. It don't seem to end well. Just don't think that I'm that dumb. I got nothing left for you, even if you want me to. I just want the fucking truth. Tell me why you hate me too. I don't think I'll never change. I just want to change the pace, eliminate the fucking pain. I just hope I fade away. The devil surround me again. The evil is gonna take over, and I got no means to withstand. I am the reject again. I got no time for the friends. My son is important. I gotta keep going. I wanna keep working. I'm making the music again and again and again and again and again.
There you go. Damn. So you do rap, hip hop. Do you do any rock music? I haven't. Like to collaborate with like a local rock band that actually has like a set. I'm sure Santana probably been asked this already. Right? You've been asked this already. Yeah. Have any local bands, rock bands, hit you guys up to do like a feature?
Not as of yet, but maybe maybe there's probably one person.
Yeah, I need to.
Probably one person.
Somebody.
Shout out to Johnny Graves, actually.
Okay.
He was actually able to send me a sound, and I'm actually going to be working on it soon. So it's going to be pretty hard, man. This is going to be one of my first actual instrumental with somebody that actually knows about metal music. So yeah, man.
That's cool to be able to turn on that light if you need to, and have such a different range, because it makes you, universal when it comes to the music like what people listen to. Most people, if they listen to one thing, that's probably what they listen to. Maybe they listen to other things and like not as much, you know what I'm saying? But if it's like if they're a fan of you, then they're gonna continue to support you or whatever kind of music. It's like what's his name, Lil Wayne. Remember we tried to do a little rock, rock album or whatever. Like people were like, "Oh, that album was dope." Like they say that because they fuck with Lil Wayne, but some people can actually adjust and make that kind of music because they have it in their blood. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, man, I see that a lot of stuff.
That's why I give a good shout out to Corey Taylor too, because the singer of Slipknot, because he actually did a song with Tech Nine called "Bitch Slap," and I was actually showing Zelo the song earlier, and he was laughing because he didn't expect that. He was actually rapping with his grunge voice, with his rock voice, and it was fucking sick. So that's what I've been trying to come up with too.
Huh. Yeah. I'm gonna have to
check it out, dude. It's fucking
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah. Here you were talking about voices earlier, like you're like, here we have a gentleman, he goes by the name of Billy on the Board. We got his name off of the Ouija board, of course. One day we were asking a question. Dear Mr. Ouija, I want to know my future. Will I die a bloody murder? So right now we're gonna talk a little bit about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh, yeah. You were saying you're a fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I love Bone.
Busy Bone,
Bonehead. Try to get them on this podcast. That's the whole reason why we're doing it. Awesome, and at the same time, we're gonna just put on as many people in the city of San Antonio till we get
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And even after we get there, we're still gonna continue
keep going, man.
To come around the loop, whatever exit, and 604. We'll get out there. Summer, we get some love from Summer. We gotta get that Austin love too. Dallas, Houston. So we're trying to get out there, Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course, they became popular for hit songs, For the Love of Money, Thuggish Ruggish Bone. They were founded by Eazy-E, which is, of course, one of the founding members of NWA. Yes, that's for people that don't know. They should know. If not, they have no reason to be watching this. So pretty much when Bone Thugs and Harmony got big, Eazy-E already was gone. He already bam. They didn't really get to get the right management from somebody that loved them, somebody that cared for them. And then when it came to their music, they didn't really have any direction. Yeah. When it came to their music, they would break up, make up. Flash was in jail for a long time. Hell, they came out, even though it did good and went platinum, but it was with help of like Swiss Beats, Akon, to do tracks. They also had Twista on that album. I'm talking about Strength.
They had a lot of people, man.
So
especially for Bone Thugs being the ones to do songs with Eazy-E, Biggie, and Tupac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's big.
Yeah, and then also Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
Hey, well, they flipped that track, home, and in the music video, they went actually to Amsterdam and shot that music video. So that was still cool, So Bone Thugs, they do got some nice memories. When you think Bone Thugs, what are some of your favorite songs? That you.
Well, obviously, we all love the weed song. We all. I used to listen to the original shit, the pretty much the first album, and then I guess I would say Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Money is another good one.
Okay.
Even obviously Crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But there's other songs I love too. Even their new shit, even their solo shit. They're all good too, man. They all they hit it each and every time, and it's unstoppable. You can't do nothing about it. It's Bone Thugs, man.
Yeah, it is Bone Thugs. And for me, it's not just about their music. It's like a lifestyle, yo.
Yeah.
And we definitely live that lifestyle. It's one of those things that it helps you, keep your head up, and you're proud of what you love. You know what I'm saying? Like some people aren't proud of what they love. You know what I'm saying? Some people are ashamed or embarrassed. You're like, yeah, that's my fucking kid. That's my son. Yeah, that's my fucking bitch or wet go of a son. Like some people, like they're like, "Fuck, I should have just, blowed them or something." Like you'd be surprised to like the shit that you hear nowadays, this generation, but they blame the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the kid's fault. It's the fucking parents' fault. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes us as kids, we stray and we wander off because we're curious. You know what I'm saying? You as a young adult, adolescent, we're gonna get off of Bone Thugs now. We talk enough about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Damn it!
Get mad about Bone Thugs.
But as a parent, what are some things that you got to make sure that you do to help prevent your child from falling, or let's say learning those same lessons that you had to learn?
Just teach them those lessons, man. Teach them what. There's a lot of shit that we've gone through, man. What our parents did to us, what we the unspeakable things, the bullshit, everything. Change that. We have a chance to change it. We have a chance to be able to raise them the right way. And it's not like nobody's raising them at all. It's just we us as adults now, we've gone through some dark shit, and we're trying not to do that for our kids. We're trying to give them something like I guess how Thanos said it, that children, babies will only see bright days and full bellies. You know what I mean? So that's what you want to give them. Is you want to give them the best times of their life.
Shout out to Thanos.
Shout out
to Thanos. You want to talk a little bit about Marvel?
I'm down, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's your favorite?
Right now, what caught my eye was Moon Knight, man. Moon Knight's fucking badass. Yeah, Moon Knight for sure. I'm glad that they brought Charlie Cox to play Daredevil and She-Hulk. Okay. And Kingpin as well. Shit. Vincent D'Onofrio came back from the Netflix series of Daredevil, and especially the we talked about earlier that they moved all the movies up another year.
Yeah.
Just because of the director of Blade. Well, you know what? What I heard about earlier is that Blade is going to get freedom and creativity. They're going to be able to do what he wants for the movie. So I give him a chance.
Who do you think's going to play Blade? It's not going to be
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they already have that all
They already have him casted. It was just the director was kind of just tripping, I guess. And the script was kind of going nowhere. So the Mahershala Ali, the actor, was like, "Hey, well, we need to change this because, they're on a deadline just like every other movie is."
Yeah.
So they had to face it. So I give him props for stepping up and doing what he has to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you have a favorite super villain?
Shit.
I'm not gonna say superhero. Super villain. Yes, I'm a heel.
Well, from DC, obviously Joker.
Yeah. Okay.
With Marvel, out of everyone, probably Killmonger.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't like rolling with the good guys. I like rolling with
the
bad guys. Rest in peace to Scott Hall, man.
Rest in peace to Scott Hall. Shout out, man.
Growing up, were you? I will go back to wrestling.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
Were you more of a DX fan or NWO fan?
Oh, bitch, give me DX over here, dude.
The
DX was always there.
Okay.
They're always.
Maybe I understand the green now.
Also, just don't get me wrong, dude. NWO was vicious.
Yeah, I liked NWO, but then every fucking days, every 20 minutes, a new fucking member. I was like, what the fuck is this, man?
Like 20 fucking members. Dude.
So they really fucked it up. So I will give DX the crown.
Man.
Because now they're fucking running WWE.
They're not running it, dude.
Hunter Hearst, at least.
Hunter is doing everything.
Ever since he retired, too. So recently, not a new wrestler, but we got a return. Bray Wyatt, he returned. Man. He also wears a mask. He debuted a new mask where they're calling it the Uncle Harper. Have you seen that in the dirt sheets yet?
I heard about that. I didn't get to see the episode, but when I heard about the that little memorial for Luke Harper, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's respect, dude. He's literally doing it for him as a friend, as a competitor, and then the mask itself is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I give props to Bray Wyatt too for doing his shit.
It looked pretty dope.
Hell yeah, dude.
I think that is the reason with that name of that mask for that character. But in WWE, of course, Harper wasn't. So people that watch WWE, they're going to hear Harper, and they're not going to get the.
They're not
even going to know because that's not the name he went by. They're just going to think it's just.
It was
some country name or whatnot.
It was the WWE name that they gave him. You know, he actually felt better as the other one. Yeah, I can't remember that one, but Luke Harper, dude, is a vicious dude, man.
Yeah, Brody Lee.
Brody Lee, there you go.
Yeah.
Brody, there you go.
Yeah. Another wrestler passed away, man. Recently.
Yeah, dude.
And then that's what's up. So wrestling, I dig wrestling. I can talk wrestling all day.
We'll talk wrestling all day.
A good podcast I listen to that is a huge fans of wrestling. Talk and Listening. Have you heard of Talk and Listening?
I haven't heard that one actually.
Check it out. Look up Knopf and X.
All right.
Talk and Listening. I really think that Reject and Knopf and X will come up with some fucking. Those are some cool ass dudes. That's besides this podcast. That's my second favorite podcast. Right, I do episodes sometimes at night where I have a tall can beer and I say just a tall can. And I shout out their names and stuff like that, just to show them love. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if they watch this or hear this, I really think that Reject on Talk.
I'm down, dude.
Because they've had a few wrestlers and people with masks that wear masks and stuff like that. So they're notorious for having people, either wrestlers or artists. They do have a few artists on. Hell, they've had Livola on their podcast, so they really, so let's put in perspective where they're at. Of course, I got to interview Livola, but it was on video. He was in Houston, but that's something that don't count. I gotta give him here. Rest don't count for me, but still, Livola knows what's up. Him and his whole Double Cup Kings gang. So shout out to, of course, Mark Capero, Eric, and right now Reject. If there's anybody that you want to shout out, let's do that. We're going to start to wrap it up. This is where we hit him with that deuce. We spent like 5 minutes saying goodbye.
It's okay. Shout out to Big Tank D for helping us out with the end. Ozzy for the video. Mad Explorers, man. Our parents, obviously, my son. Big shout out to my son. For other people who have also been helping me, shout out to J-Bad and Zelo because they want me to shout out to these motherfuckers.
They shout you out yesterday?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Shout out to Lil Martinez, Sicko, everybody else that we have. Where the hell is Sam? Free
Sam, the security.
Free earns, man. Free hood fame. Dude, just where the hell's Guapo? Where the hell's Guapo, dude? But everybody in general, dude. It's a big list, man. I can go on and on, but thank you so much, dude, for having us, for real, dude. Straight up.
No, man, that's what I'm here for, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's definitely what I'm here for.
Shout out to Big Sam here.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank God that Guapo's still
What
here.
shirt am I wearing? Usually I wear a Bone Thug shirt. Not today. I'm actually showing love to Big Verso at the east side.
Shout out to Verso.
So Verso, shout out to him. He hasn't really, come out with much music, but he's making noise with just his name and just him being Verso.
So
I appreciate him. We got to get him back here. He's been on here. We had an awesome episode about mental health. And man, he's an artist that I think Reject and Big Verso. The guy.
Got a song going on with him pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. I can maybe predict. Can I predict the future though? So it's definitely, I like that. That's what's up, man. So shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys. San Antonio Productions, most definitely in the house. Santana, thank you very much. I do want to try to create my sound when it comes to creating an EP for myself. We have 20 years of music we never created. And I do want to work with all the artists that I've had on my podcast. That includes you, Reject. So when I come in, I got to make sure and work with all of everybody, San Antonio Productions. Because, hell, I think my music deserves to be shared
Oh yeah.
You know, not for me
Right.
just to keep it to myself and be like, I just need one verse. I don't need all three of my verses. That second verse, I can just put on a different track or this and that because I had too much stuff.
That's the way it works.
bro.
And I want to have fun. So that's the thing. And it seems like you guys are having fun, man. And I do want to get on board with that, whether it's as a podcaster and be like, San Antonio Productions, baby.
Yeah,
You know, we're on. Like,
Shout
you know,
out.
that's something we could talk about off camera. But, you know, I'm my own team, I guess. I've been on the board. We kind of said hi to Billy on the board. Not really, but yes, it is I, Billy on the board with the reject. You know, so he's my master. He would be my Santana make this beat, which is Billy on the board. And then Sir Smooth, he's just all about his hoes and his Bibles. We don't really talk about Sir Smooth because he is the one that can either keep us on air or keep us off air. He's the one with the pocketbook. So yeah. So fuck you, so smooth. Yeah, no, but guys, I thank y'all very much. Reject. I know it gets hot under that mask.
No.
Out of 24, I'm not gonna ask you to take it off. I know that. No, you never do that. It's like, you know, what I want to say is, out of 24 hours out of the day, how many of those hours do you have that mask on?
For the max, probably about 6 hours.
Yeah.
That's the most I could probably get.
So in the studio, no mask.
No mask.
That way we can get the vocals right? Okay. So you know what he looks like under the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully not like Kane when he first debuted.
We're not doing that shit. No.
Shout out to Isaac.
Shout out to Kane.
Shout out to Kane. Yeah, we gotta shout out Kane. I know Undertaker is your favorite wrestler, but Brothers of Destruction were amazing, man. So yeah, that's what's up, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
It's been a pleasure, man. I do, of course, enjoy everybody that comes on. We will get the whole gang back, and we'll talk more San Antonio Productions. We'll talk more about being a reject, even though we're not rejects.
We're not rejects.
We're not rejects.
No,
But we're using the reverse psychology on you, and hopefully it's working.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like me.
Yeah. Or like me. Maybe I'll get under a mask too. Fuck it. Much love, y'all.
Yeah.
This is where we hit them with that deuce apple juice. Mother, I love you, of course, not just today, but every day. Family, friends, family, boneheads, bitches, bitch-ass hoes, hoe-ass bitches, and bitch-ass niggas, because yes, even a male can be a bitch too. For Santana Make This Beat and for Reject, for San Antonio Productions, it is I, Billy on the board. We're on podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right, it's been fun. It's been fun.
It's been something, man.